think you really hit on something critical. It was one of the things that we realized really early, working in the size of companies and agencies and stuff that we came from. Like, we're not at a loss for data right now. It really doesn't matter what the industry context is or, what problem we're trying to solve. There's probably more data than we need. The hard part is trying to understand the connections in that data that matter. At the end of the day, like, how those connections manifest really determine your ability to sort of reason with them, through them, around them, and problem solve within that structure. And that's not something that natively happens.
Yeah.
And we found that graphs really unlock the ability to connect things in a super meaningful way so that we could distill an ocean of information to the constituent parts that mattered for the problem that we were trying to solve at that moment and within the context of that problem space. And so we sort of really take this problem specific approach to information. We don't data lake anything. We can essentially sit on top of or next to any applications that exist, any database environments that are already built. But as long as we have the subject matter expertise to understand what information is relevant to the queries that we're trying to run and the problems that we're trying to solve, we're able to sort of go into those environments as needed. And so we keep a sort of graph as a representation of the problem space or the network that we're operating in. And then we do real sort of targeted extraction and subdivision within that context so that we can get to the right pieces of that information in this space and the right pieces of information here. We don't have to move anything. We don't have to recode anything. We can act as sort of the Rosetta Stone layer across really differentiated but connected information. And graphs really give you a lot of leeway whenever you start to build these things.